But we wanted to go play poker, and we didn't have money.
Move back to home? Is that where you live now?
We live in Texas. Yeah.
Sandberg makes the call. Now, is Shin in a situation here where bluffing is
You're here now.
almost
Permanent. Yeah.
out of the question because Sandberg's range has to be fairly strong?
Bluffing's not out of the question,
Thanks, man.
but
This is trouble.
Things
this
aren't
is
always-
very much trouble
I'm barely
given
hanging on.
the stack to pot ratio. 41K
I'm just
back for
kidding.
Shin, 33K in the middle. He likely has a
I'm just messing
two-street
with
hand, and when he connects here with one of the bottom of his range, we do just see him
He was
come with
naked
a
at the
very,
Y
very
like 8 hours
small
ago.
Yeah.
C-bet here.
Yeah, with a bunch of old guys.
And Sandberg now, if you think about ranges, right? Sandberg probably would have just jammed in tens or
sleep on the Y,
jacks,
man.
maybe
It's
even queens.
Great place to work out.
So
Yeah?
the hands that he could have here to not trap but play a flop in position are
you
going to
just
come
have to
from
do your
ace
research.
queen,
There's-
ace jack,
there's
ace 10 suited.
nice
So
ones,
if you did have
there's
ace queen
less
or
nice
ace jack without
was the
backdoor
one
equity,
in
you
the
might
blue
want to
screen in the
consider
window.
having a raise here, but
It was actually pretty good.
just a
Yeah.
I just
consideration.
went to one in
Not,
San Diego when I was
not
there, and it was an
necessarily,
outdoor
not
one.
necessary whatsoever, because
Basically,
Shin
we
still
were
has
looking at
aces,
10.
kings, ace king in
And
his
it was
range.
beautiful out. You know,
Wow.
all the weights were rusty and stuff.
Sandberg
but
happy to come along and make the call,
California
let
style.
Shin do the
Yeah.
betting.
Obviously,
Obviously,
enjoyed it.
there
I
are a
mean,
few
it's like
hands in Shin's
we're on a
range that
canyon
do have Sandberg
great
beat,
weather,
but
nice breeze,
Sandberg's got to feel pretty
rusty
confident
weights.
here.
Sure, yeah. I think he'll feel even more confident when Shin checks his turn card.
I should wear a YMCA patch. I talk about them a lot. See if I can get that sponsorship.
Get that sponsor, dude.
Save you like $40 a month.
Yeah, get that membership fee.
Dude, I got no because it's the wife and the kids. So
Oh.
it's like 60 probably.
Wow.
They have childcare.
Shin decides to
Yeah,
check.
there it is.
Now, is Sandberg evaluating whether he can get 2 streets of value or 1? And if it's 1, is it better to get it on the river?
Yeah, it looks like he just wants to take all his equity here. Maybe drill a queen, obviously, to make a
Johnny
straight.
Vibes, if you're watching, I need the skill game hoodie. Please, hook it up.
What size? Extra medium or what?
Extra large, please.
Extra large. Yeah.
Oh, there you have it. Johnny Vibes is watching, so I guess Hickey
Yeah, wear it nice and tight.
repping the brand at future streams.
Okay, so
What size
this
is that
this is really where Sandberg gets info now.
I
When he
think
checks the
this is
turn and checks the
probably-
river, now Sandberg can evaluate
No, actually.
if he
'cause
wants to value bet.
When I'm here, I just snipe the ones that are in his closet.
Yeah, I know that. That probably looks like a large, is it?
Oh,
Getting ready to come in
check
and
it
do
later.
extras.
Yeah, that's all right.
in a minute. Oh no, 40 minutes.
And this is kind of dicey. Shin could have some very strong holdings here. Aces, kings, ace, king. Maybe we imagine those play for value on the river. But Shin probably doesn't have a whole lot of what he has here. The ace 3 off, the ace 4 off, the ace 5 off.
Well, Shin has to make a decision now for his tournament life because Sandberg just put him to the test. How does Sandberg arrive on this river with a hand that bluffs and with a hand that he beats?
Correct.
And the answer to that question follows a very narrow pathway, meaning that Shin is going to probably be beat here most of the time. And I know we can see the cards, but I'm trying to sort of speak for him. But he does make the call, and Shin's going to receive the bad news. He thought that Sandberg was capable, and
Yeah.
maybe he is. We'll never find out because he didn't need to have the goods.
You really probably got to have Sandberg turn like a king-queen or a jack-10 or a queen-10 into a bluff there. So that's what I imagine Shin was thinking.
Well, Yagenuma down to 25K is going to take a stand here after Anderson made it 4,000. And Anderson has him covered by a hair. This is
I
not...
feel like I got at the bottom of the call range.
He did
He
make
goes
the-
by the book, too. The book says call.
All right, so back-to-back all-in showdowns here. Yagenuma a slight favorite with
Good luck,
10s.
C3.
Good luck.
Have fun, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, here comes the flop. Whoever wins this is going to have some ammunition to contend. Here comes
Max
8-6-3. Anderson
Never on a turn, though. Never.
with 15 outs.
Here it comes, 9 of spades.
I was thinking the 7, and then
Yeah, it's just always a 9er.
maybe the 9 of hearts.
Or the 10 of hearts. That would be a fun one.
Queen on the turn, and that will do it for Yagenuma unless he catches the 10 of diamonds. 1 out remaining for him. River card is the Queen of clubs, and Jesse Yagenuma sent to the rail.
But this is probably going to be a coin flip for the chip lead of the tournament right now.
Where's the 25?
And if you're McEwan on the button, you love to see this because you also have top of your range. And you do nothing but all in here. So get ready, folks. Buckle up. Get strapped in. We're about to see a 235K pot, which is almost 100 big blinds.
All in the cup.
240K in the middle.
Hangs it on me.
This is for 6 starting stacks here
Tale as old as time.
on day 1B of the Venetian Las Vegas Classic.
Queens is tails all the time.
Alright, we good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright.
And right there, McEwan flops top pair. Takes the lead for this huge, huge pot.
Ooh, that's fair.
Sandberg can be
Another
saved
flop
with a
would be
10
It's like kind of like
or a
insurance for me
diamond.
also, you know?
If it's a diamond, they will
but
chop
like
the
it also
pot.
gives-
One out now.
Good luck again. GG, both.
Wow. 240,000 chips. Kenny Hollard was the
Awesome.
I guess the biggest
Good.
contender remaining,
Is
that
and he
Neil?
busted immediately.
That is
And
Yeah,
the other
it's
guy who
gotta
got
be
third
good.
just
Didn't Ronnie-
gave it away,
Yeah,
more or less.
Yeah, he had like 5.
No,
Yeah.
wait, what? Yeah, you could. Some might say that because
Braxton-
he did call
Braxton
with 10
Dunaway.
He
high.
called it off with 10-6 in
Yeah.
the big line.
I wasn't a fan of that one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either, but you know there is some
Oh, good.
next level outside the box
No,
thinking there. Okay,
it's 10-6.
Trying a little
I'm trying to be kind, I guess. But we do have a little clash here. We got a flush draw versus top pair. Well, I'll try to get the topic off what I'm saying.
Maybe I'll just buy an after dinner break just to take
Sometimes
the
it's okay to
smells.
just say that was bad.
I like it.
For
This is where you
sure.
play with guys that get second in the main. They give you other advice.
No, I was
And look at
in my
this.
chair well before start time.
We see
Day 1.
Mr. Anderson coming with a raise.
I mean, that's the thing about the main.
You could
It's
tell me to
like,
give it up too, Remco.
No, you know,
I mean,
a guy who doesn't play
you are
professionally,
laying it
doesn't
on
play much,
thick here.
can come in and
I mean, what
play
else
cards
can you
well
say
and
when
have
you
some
see
good
the
luck
word
and
Anderson?
finish with, you know,
I don't
second place.
disagree.
Or first, or whatever.
For me, I had a pretty good year. For me, I was, I'd won 3 tournaments this year before,
Yeah.
but they were smaller regional stuff.
Uh-huh.
For me, I felt like I was on a heater, so I'm like, I'm gonna run it.
I guess so.
Pretty good turn card
Amazing turn
for
card.
Francis.
I just mean,
And
you
for
see it
Hickey
every
as
year
well, who
almost
picks up a
that,
ton of equity.
You know, someone who isn't very, like, a studied tournament pro will be at the final, playing for life-changing money. And I think that's kind of the appeal for a lot of people is, like, you could just be a guy or girl that plays poker well, and it could just go really well for you. That's all it takes sometimes.
17K hit from Anderson.
And for any of those solver geeks out there like myself, this 7-8 of hearts could do some all-in stuff.
I mean, Anderson doesn't have much left behind, so that'll surely result in a call.
Now, you don't have to go all in here because you will realize all your equity if you just call. And then it's really easy. You have the best hand or you don't. But, if you want to find some creative bluffs that can maybe get some sticky hands to fold, this could be one of them.
Well, Hickey is going to make the call with a ton of outs, flush and straight draws. But Anderson, for now, with the best of it. And the 10 of diamonds comes in on the river. Hickey backs into a straight, very well disguised 7-8, not a hand that Anderson is going to expect. And on top of that, he just made top 2 pair.
Farewell, Mr. Anderson.
40,000 left for
All in.
Anderson, and he moves all in. Hickey with the snap call, and that is it.
10s and 10s.
Straight.
Straight over there.
Okay. Good luck, guys.
Wnock, who folded King Jack earlier to a shove, is now going to see a flop versus Moreno. 39 big blinds deep here. Moreno with the covering stack. And it comes King 8 deuce. Wnock pairing his king.
Check.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
John.
Wnock.
You're supposed to say John who?
John who?
Wnock. Top pair. Good kicker. Moreno, bottom of range hand. 6, 7, 8 working. 3 diamonds working. He's going to come with a C bet. Kind of standard range bet here. Very small. And this flop's got to be a welcome sign for the Knockster himself.
Call.
Man, I might be super corny tonight. It's
I mean-
possible.
I mean, I feel like you're still reeling from the departure of Francis Anderson, to be honest.
It's very possible.
Check.
8 pairs on the turn. Is this the time for Moreno to
22?
shut it down?
22.
But he does continue for 22,000. How does Moreno perceive Wnock here? I'm sort of surprised to see him continue against a player who's not shown to be out of line.
Yeah, when you have really small bets in these spots on the flop, the idea for your opponent is to continue with a lot of stuff. And so Moreno's just hoping that maybe some of those things continue, aren't comfortable to call again, given Wozniak's stack depreciating. And we're going to go to the Yeti for a little life juice.
A little ice cold water.
And I mean, really, you don't want to do any folding when you got a king on this spot. But Wozniak might be considering the alternatives. Maybe feigning a little weakness himself.
Call.
Yeah, he calls for 22,000, and now alarm bells must be ringing in the head of Andrew Moreno. 6 on the river gives him some showdown value against a range that Wozniak often not possesses.
Yeah, you could argue he doesn't have showdown value here because he's not getting called twice by, like, nothing.
All in.
Wow. And Moreno just jams the river for his tournament life. He just has no fear.
Yeah, this is him just putting someone to the ultimate test who maybe he deems might make a big fold.
Wow. I did not expect this at all.
And it was a quick all-in, too. Not a whole lot of thought behind it.
I mean, I guess the thought was already put into it prior to arriving on the river. Risks like these, to me, on the outside looking in, often seem unnecessary, given, you know, Moreno's level of skill, given the availability of better situations. Patience often rewarded in structures like these. He's taking a massive risk here.
Yeah, but look, if it works, right? But what if?
Right?
If
No,
it works.
it could work because Wozniak could be thinking, how often am I going to run into an ace-king type hand?
Yeah, I mean, and look at this.
Wow.
He's getting a huge hand hit the muck.
Moreno pulls the trigger at the appropriate time, and Wozniak, after calling down flop and turn, tosses top pair away.
29.
We're on.
Twenty-nine.
21,
29.
29.
Moreno with a contemplator.
27.
Oh, 27. Sorry.
Okay.
Now that actually matters here. 9 versus 10 bigs. This is probably the worst hand Moreno would consider calling with. That's unpaired. If he's in the big blind, I think this is a no-brainer. But with 2 players behind, he's not going to shy away.
Call.
Oh, sorry.
So Moreno makes the call with king 10 suited, and his hearts will be dominated. Wnock in decent shape here with ace 8 of hearts. He's not going to be unhappy seeing that he's up against king 10. More often than not, he'll be up against the ace jack type hand, and that's a whole lot more trouble.
I know what I don't want.
Queen, jack.
All right, here comes the flop. Hearts will be of no help for Moreno. A 10, however, does help, but at the same time, Wnock hits the ace.
It's kind of dramatic the way
10 in the
flops
window.
are, you know?
Moreno
Gotta make
in
it
search
on
of a
for
king
two.
or a 10 to send the 2025 main event runner-up to the rail. 7 of diamonds keeps it clean. John Wnock 1 card away from being back in it. River card is the 10 of clubs.
Good game.
Wow.
Good game, bro. Yeah.
Disaster strikes for Wnock, and Moreno claims a scalp.
Okay, what will we see here?
Crazy.
King Callis
I think it's just a software problem.
moves all in with ace 7 of
Doesn't
diamonds.
allow you to select Puerto Rico, and nobody wants to solve it.
How much is it?
Moreno, inquisitive,
80.
Moreno
All the
always
other
inquisitive.
Pennsylvania rooms obviously allow.
indeed. This is a tough one, but this could also nip Moreno in the butt if he loses his pot to whatever holding Callis might have here. Thanks for bearing with us, Christy, and it will. G-Poker asked about his plans for the weekend. To work this weekend and then come to Venetian to play poker and some cash games. All right, G-Poker, let's go.
I love how Christy talks about watching the stream as a mandatory task. Cannot go to bed before she finds out who makes day 2. And Moreno makes the call. Much love, Christy. Appreciate you for always hanging out and helping out. Callis at risk again, but
about it.
things looking good for him now.
Yeah, I messaged him on Twitter back when I was trying to get on there originally.
So far, so good.
Some time ago, but
These hands
be a
can
rough
end
ride.
up being chopped quite a bit if
I
we
tried to
get
get on there right when they opened.
a board over an
Being in
8.
Pennsylvania at the time.
Think of Moreno's day. Like soaring high, dominating the table, and now all of a sudden at risk of either a departure or perhaps making day 2 with a very small stack. For now, nothing is certain. Jack of spades on the turn. Moreno in search of a 5 or a 3, or else Callis will double. River card is the 8 of spades. And Kane Callis will double up
Yeah,
again.
they had a rough all in.
And the plan.
This is what you get. And Moreno is not folding ace-9 here.
Nope. You know LaPlante's not going to be top of range. He's going to have more weaker stuff like this. So we're just going to flip it. And if Moreno doesn't win this flip, he's out the door.
Moreno has, I mean, you can see it in his eyes. I mean, this guy has, of course, seen it all. But still, when you have quite a dominating start of the day, and mind
Yeah,
you, he
Philly
also
was
played on
great.
day 1A.
Honestly, we
You sort of
Fine,
hope to
considered
cruise
losing
to
that.
that next day, but so far it's not looking too good. And a 3 on the flop gives LaPlante a set, and Moreno now looking for runner to stay alive. The 10 does give him an option here.
Good luck, guys.
7 for the straight,
Buddy.
but it doesn't come in, and
Give him
a
the
4 on
money.
the river seals the deal for Andrew Moreno.